most famous Korean dishes worldwide. Number 1. Soft tofu stew. Sundabujiga is a Korean stew, thicker than a soup but thinner than a porridge. When cooked in the traditional way in an earthenware pot, pictured above, all of the cooking is done in just the one dish. This makes it very easy to clean up afterwards. A job we all hate starts with a delicious fish stock and a little beef to deepen the flavor, then finished off with fresh shellfish, hot pepper flakes, silken tofu, and eggs, which are optional. The best thing about this stew is that you, the cook, can control how hot you want it, but limiting the quantity of hot pepper flakes. You can have it blisteringly hot or very mild, which is particularly handy if you are cooking for children who can't stomach their food too spicy. The small amount of beef is typical of Korean food and illustrates how healthy it is. The meat is used for flavor rather than stomach filling. This is a dish everyone should try. It is really one of the nicest ways to introduce someone to tofu, which picks up all of the flavors of the stew while adding a soft, comforting texture. Eat it with rice and side dishes for a complete meal. Number 2. Dakbaki rice cake street food. Dakbaki is the delicious smell of Korean cities at night. In large Korean cities like Seoul, the streets are filled with vendors selling their own special recipe versions of the most popular street food. Dakbaki, it is pronounced roughly like dakbaki, is one of the most popular, and it comes in various styles. In the example above, I used the linked recipe but also added sliced fish cakes and boiled eggs. The sauce is spicy, but it is also very sweet and packed with an immense amount of flavor. The spiciness is cut by the long cylindrical rice cakes, which when cooked become chewy and soft. The rice cakes are probably the most unusual part of the recipe for most Westerners, but when they try it. Number 3. Dakjuk chicken porridge. When I first made dakgak, I wasn't expecting it to be one of my favorite dishes. It seemed far too simple a recipe. Boy, was I wrong. Essentially, you boil a chicken in a huge pot of water with onions and a lot of garlic. Then you add sushi rice and cook it until the chicken is done. The end result is a thick stew, which Koreans refer to as a porridge even though it has no oats, caused by the rice breaking down, bursting with rich chicken and garlic flavor. You tear the chicken up and eat it with the porridge. This is a meal you will make again and again because it really is super easy. If you are peeling the garlic by hand, instead of using pre-peeled store-bought garlic, wear gloves. Garlic oil in large quantities can cause third-degree burns, which I found out the hard way. Number 4. Japchae stir-fried noodles. Japchae is one of the most popular Korean dishes both inside and outside of Korea, and when you taste it, you will understand why. Originally, japchae was made without noodles. It was invented for the king by one of his chefs, and he loved it so much that it became famous across Korea. In more recent times, the noodles were added, and now they are an essential element to the dish. The noodles used are sweet potato starch noodles, which give japchae its very distinct chewy texture. The vegetables are all lightly cooked, so they retain all their flavor. Number 5. Bibimbap mixed rice. If you try only one recipe from this list, let it be bibimbap. In Korean, bibim means mixed and bap means rice. All of the ingredients except the meat, which is optional, are prepared in advance, so you can add them at room temperature to the top of hot steamed rice. You then quickly fry and add the meat and a sunny side up, egged to the top. Bibimbap is usually served with a spicy sauce made from gochujang, Korean hot pepper paste, which you can add to your liking, allowing you to control how hot it is. You then use your spoon. Korean food is always served with metal chopsticks and a spoon to bibim it all until it is completely mixed together. The trick then is to see how much you can fit in your mouth in one go. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel.